And I'm kind of doing something that normally I would never do, and that's talk about actual news and um actual uh I try and stay away from nasty topics on my channel. I mainly just make gaming videos, drum covers. I normally don't go into this stuff, but lately I kind of just need to vent, and so this is what the venting is gonna be. I have been seeing a lot of transphobia online, um, and this story has kind of really pissed me off. So we're just gonna read this article together. We're gonna look at what people are saying, and I'm going to share my views. Whether or not you care about what my views are is irrelevant. If you are here to be transphobic in the comments, why? Why bother? It's like, yeah, I get it. You don't think that these people should have human rights. Congrats on being a terrible person. You're not welcome here, but you know that. You're just here to be pathetic. So, pure evil. Transgender woman fatally stabbed postal worker inside of NYC Delhi, sentenced to 15 years. Disgusting excuse for a human being. And then the way that they word it, a pure evil transgender woman stabbed a postal worker, an innocent postal worker. No. No. So, we're gonna go into this. This headline is fucking disgusting. Um, it's all based off of the judge calling the woman. I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong. I'm British. We do not really have these names over here. Jaia Cruz, who ruthlessly, in quotation marks, should be added there, killed a USPS worker, Ray Hodges, after an argument in January. Was given the sentence after striking a plea deal, which was for, I believe, manslaughter, which has gotten 15 years for. This is discussing excuse for a human being, and you allowed a second chance. And you allowed a second. What are you talking about? And you allowed a second chance. When people like this are allowed plea bargains, you get broken families, you get us. I'm not happy with 15 years. To all these postal workers, be careful when you are out there working your route. Oh, fuck right off. So, all of this is making it sound like she just stabbed a random a fucking UPS driver. Just for no reason. Just out of nowhere, did it for absolutely no reason, just because she's an evil transgender person. This is bullshit. We're gonna get into this. There's a reason why it's a manslaughter charge for starters, other than the fact that she took a plea deal. So Ray Hodges and this man here, a father of two, as if that matters because of what he did. Cruz knifed Hodges after he confronted her about cutting in line at an encounter inside a bodega, later saying that he deserved it. I wonder why he might have deserved it. At the sentencing, an attorney for Cruz said that Hodges made a slur about her gender identity during the Delhi clash. After the lawyer enlisted medications that Cruz, who has an history of knife violence, has been taking to maintain her gender, and requested that she be placed in a female jail facility. Let's see what her history of knife violence is. In 2020, she was caught waving an open box cutter at another person and shouting, "I'm going to cut him," before she was ordered to the ground. Why was she doing that? It doesn't say. It doesn't give it any context for why she was doing that. Maybe, again, that was another self-defense thing? Don't know. I don't agree with having a knife out in public, for starters. So, like, I'm not fully saying that she's, a perfect person. Like, but I also understand that for trans people, there is so much fucking hatred going in them right now that they have to defend themselves. And in the US, yeah, she could have a gun on her. I don't know how it works in New York, okay? But I know that in America you're allowed a gun for self-defense. So if she had a gun and she used that to defend herself after this man was punching her, would we still be here? And the answer is yes. Why? Because she's transgender, and this is incredibly biased, eh? We've seen it time and time again that when a white man, a white cisgendered man, kills a black person in self-defense, as in, you know, they've got their knee on their neck and they're choking them to death, or they've got them in a rear naked chokehold that they don't need to be holding them in for multiple minutes, and they choke them out and kill them. Or, I mean, I even put this on my Twitter page. Let me find my tweet. Because she isn't a white cop who suffocated George Floyd with their knee. Because she isn't a white man who strangled Jordan Neely to death on a train. Because she isn't a retired old white man who killed protesters. Again, I'm gonna butcher these names. Abdiel Diaz and Ivan Rodriguez. Right? Those are actual victims that white people killed, white men killed, and they got away with it under self-defense. Now, I do believe, I will say, no, I am technically wrong on this one. I think the guy did get charged. I think he did go to prison. But the guy who killed Jordan Neely, he's still out. The cops, they did get convicted, but there's still lots of lies being shared around about how it was fentanyl that killed George Floyd, which is bullshit. The autopsy report clearly states that it was the prolonged use of force and pressure from the knee on his neck from the police officer that killed him. But it is a line that the right loves to repeat over and over again, even though there is literally evidence that disputes it. But of course, they don't care about evidence, they just want to be right, even when they're wrong. So, after the sentencing, Hodges' family members began chanting, "It's a boy, fucking boy." So they're being transphobic. Again, this is not a valid reason to be transphobic. There's no valid reason to be transphobic. This is just disgusting. It's no wonder that the guy was using those kind of slurs, those kind of words, as he berated and attacked this woman who did nothing to him. Other than, yeah, maybe she did cut in line. That's shitty. You tell them to go back to the line. You don't bombard them with transphobia and slurs. I've had people jump in line behind me in front of other people, and I told them, fuck off, get to the back of the line. But I've never attacked them for their race, their gender, anything like that. Why? Because, why? It's not needed. You just tell them, you're being a rude twat, get back to the back of the line where you actually need to be. You don't need to attack them for things that they can't help about themselves, but you can criticize their actions. It's insane to me. So, let's see what people are saying, because there are a bit more bits of information that aren't in the article. So, the article fails to mention, from what I can remember from what we just read, that he attacked her. So, what happened was that he didn't like that she jumped in line. We don't know if she did or not. That hasn't been confirmed, what I can tell. Not properly. But regardless, it doesn't justify being transphobic and calling us slurs like the F slur for gay people. It doesn't justify attacking her, punching her. And I would also argue it doesn't justify her stabbing him, but I do think it justifies her defending herself. She was fully within her right to defend herself against a man who was punching her. So, I think, like I said, he was the aggressor. He attacked her. He was bigoted against her. He attacked her for her identity. I don't get how he's not the one being criticized. I don't get how this is just not a clear-cut case of, yeah, it's self-defense, but she shouldn't have had the knife, so let's give her a light sentence. No, instead it's like, you're evil. This is manslaughter, but you're pure evil. You're a monster. Like, it's self-defense. I don't agree with having a knife. I've said that before, and I'll keep saying it, because I don't like people carrying knives. I don't like people carrying weapons. But unfortunately, in America, things are getting very transphobic, and trans people are fucking terrified, and for good reason. Their rights are being stripped away, and we've seen it online, the amount of fucking hatred that is growing every single day against them. So, yeah, I just wanted to make this little rant, because this shit pisses me off. And this is probably one of the few times I'll get political on the channel, because I do not want to be a political streamer, and this shit... I tried to avoid this stuff because I do all my political angry rants on here. All my political shit is on here. You will see from going through my page, I'm very anti-Musk, I'm very pro-trans, I'm very pro-Palestine. I am very much on the left-lean side. I mean, this is another case of transphobia. This photo is a photo of a bridge where a trans child killed herself. And this is what they're posting. This is what people are posting. This is what they're doing. They're going to the spot when this child killed herself, and they're mocking her death. Transphobia is growing at an alarming rate. Bigotry should not be accepted in any society. We're meant to be progressing, not regressing. They're not only doing that, but even George Floyd's daughter isn't safe. She's 11 years old, and 5 years after her father's murder, George Floyd's 11-year-old daughter, Gianna, has revealed that she was bullied at school by a classmate who repeats far-right claims, including false claims that her father died from a drug overdose rather than police brutality. Again, as I said before, the autopsy report confirms that George Floyd died from the pressure on the neck. And I'm not saying that George Floyd was a good person. I know that he had a bad history. I'm not saying that he was an innocent bystander. But the thing with what happened to him is that he could have been any black guy. Any. I don't remember every single detail in the case if they stopped him because they have a warrant or something for him. But no matter what it was that they were arresting him for, it doesn't justify kneeling down on his neck and killing him, all the while he's telling you, I can't breathe. And now that whole I can't breathe thing is being used to mock his death constantly by the right. The side that says that the left are disgusting, the side that says that the left are degenerates, that the left have no empathy or sympathy, that's the side that say it is based for these kids to bully this girl. And it's a lot of people. It is a lot of people still spreading the lie. He did Odino. No, he didn't. Thankfully, there are a lot of people pushing against this. There's a lot of people that are not okay with this. But as always with Twitter, the hatred is there as always. And it's gotten worse over time. Now, I will say this as well, I don't think that Twitter reflects the real world, but especially in America, it's becoming a bit more reflective, especially since 50% of the country, over 50%, voted for a rapist who, and he is a rapist, he was found liable for rape right before he became president. So I am very confident in saying that Trump is a rapist. They voted for a bigoted, horrible person like Trump, and this is just what we're going to see now. And this is going to keep getting worse because of people like J.K. Rowling as well, who keep perpetuating this horrible hatred against trans people that have done nothing wrong. They just want to exist. They just want to live their lives and be who they are. But no, that's too much to ask for. because here's the thing as well with the trans people, and they're using the same tactics they use against gay people. And the whole thing against gay people was, all gay people are sex offenders, all pedophiles, blah blah blah. And now they're doing that exact same thing to trans people. They kept saying, oh, they're going to replace us. There's going to be too many gay people. We're not going to have any children. We're going to die out. Again, bullshit. Hasn't happened. It's not going to happen. So, yeah. I'm going to end it here. That's my rant on this. And I don't know, if I'm wrong, I'm willing to listen, but I really don't think I'm wrong on this. If you can prove that I'm wrong about this, that I've gotten this case wrong, and you've got evidence that can prove without a shadow of a doubt that I'm wrong and that the court's got it right, by all means, show it me. But from everything that I've heard, everything that I've seen, I'm just not sold on this being anything other than a clear case of self-defense. And that hatred and bigotry against trans people being weaponized to spread more hatred and fear, especially with taglines like pure evil transgender woman viciously stabs postal worker to death, without any mention of the fact that she was defending herself from a postal worker who was attacking her and being bigoted against her, spewing homophobic and transphobic slurs at her. So, thank you for watching. See ya. Hopefully in a much happier and less stressful video in the future.